Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! And also, welcome back to Freezeezy Peak. We were already here once before. We managed to 100% complete as much of this level as we could, but we needed the running shoes from Gobi's Valley in order to fully complete this level. And we also needed to be something a little more organic than a washing machine. Now, the downside is, I also wasn't able to do the present quest during my first visit here because I was a washing machine. So even though I collected the presents already, I had to leave them behind, and they decided to find themselves lost in the same places as before for whatever reason. I'm a present give me to someone sad. Indeed, I will. At the very least, the presents are not going to be difficult to find. More importantly, I'm not going to need to recollect any musical notes or anything else. Just need to get the presents real quick. Where's the next one, I wonder? Is it off in this direction? I think it's off in this direction, so I'll just zoom over here real quick. And get belted by a snowball. Brr, it's cold. Nice warm backpack for me too. And that just leaves one more present, which is going to be up here. And I kind of needed to head this way anyway, so I'll just go ahead and do that. While I'm at it, recollect some feathers because I was starting to get low on feathers. What a long scarf. It's a good thing this snowman's not going anywhere, because I imagine he would trip over this scarf constantly. Darn thing's long enough that you can wrap it around yourself and wear it as a shirt. On the bright side, this is the most cozy ramp I have ever climbed. Alright, last present, right up here. Take me to the kids, I'm the last one. Makes me wonder what would have happened if I... Oh no! No, 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 no! Why? Aww. Is the water too cold for you, Banjo? Well, stay out then. I didn't want to get in. That was slightly lame. I wasn't done up there. I got all the presents, but I wanted that sled. I kind of need it. Whatever. I'll just fly back up. It's a good thing I collected some feathers along the way. By the way, this attack. I don't know if I managed to finish my thought earlier, but you needed that attack to collect all of the Jiggys in Gobi's Valley. So even if you skip this level so that you can get the shoes in Gobi's Valley and then come back to this level, well, then you would need to redo Gobi's Valley. So no matter what, you have to revisit one of the levels in this game. Oof. That's better. Hey, you found my sled. I'll go and practice for the big race now. See ya, buddy. Wait, I have some presents for your kids. Okay, well, I guess we'll have to do the race then, and then we can have him deliver his presents and be a proper dad. Hello again, buddy. I'm waiting for someone to race me. We'll race you, numbut. Sorry, you're too big for my sled. I can only race someone smaller. Right, that's a thing. Well, looks like we're going to be turning into a cute little walrus again. That slope is steeper than I thought it was. Well, this is going swimmingly. Also, getting up on this is a pain. Hold on a sec. Let me up. I know it's possible. There we go. I needed to make that chimney just a little shorter. Alright, coming in for a landing. I am impressed with myself. I totally expected myself to crash on the ground and take damage. I feel proud. Apparently the big head code also affects your transformations. As if this wasn't hilarious already. Okay, well, hopefully this doesn't result in too much wind resistance for this sled race, because I need all the speed I can get. Hey, Mr. Walrus, fancy a race? Hop on the sled if you do. Great! Now all you need to do is steer your sled through the red slalom gates and beat me to the end. Got it? 3, 2, 1, go! I want to once again point out that when you're transformed into a walrus, you cannot use the sled on top of the snowman to bring to Boggy. Only whenever you're actually able to race, only when you're actually able to race are you allowed to sit on a sled. And I do not understand why. No. No. Come on, kid. I could walk faster. You know, you probably... No, I have my doubts, actually. Okay, this is, like, supposed to be easy. There we go. I love the "aww" he makes whenever you pass him. Let's continue to stay past him. That's right, push me along. Don't let him get next to you, cause then he'll pass you up like that, kind of, and you wind up losing. Not bad, kid, but you're not as fast as old Boggy yet. Come on, Mr. Walrus, jump on the sled and try again. Well, at least it started us back here. So, there is some serious rubber banding shenanigans with Boggy, by the way. If you're ahead of him, he tries to catch up. If he's ahead of you, he slows down a little bit so that you can catch up. So there's a bit of a strategy here where you kind of want to... Don't do that again. Kind of lag behind a little, and then he'll slow down, and that's your opportunity to speed up again and pass him right at the end. However, I'm not good at that. So I'm just going to kind of hope for the best here. Hold on a sec. Maybe I will try that. Just for the moment. Get that "you're behind" message. And hopefully he'll slow down enough for me to pass him up right here. Indeed he did. Okay, so that strategy does work a little. You just have to do it in the right spot. Phew. You're too quick for me, Mr. Walrus. Here's your medal. I reckon I need to race someone my own size. Out of curiosity, at what point do you leave? Do I have to leave a room and come back? I'll grab the Jiggy in a bit. Oh, I know. Yeah, it's leaving the area and then he'll spawn back at the start. Why, hello again, Mr. Walrus. Feel free to have a look around Waz's cave. That's okay, I've already explored this place. I just wanted to come here and say, I appreciate you. I kind of ignored you a little, but you are kind of adorable. It is adorable how you enjoy company of other walruses. If I was a little walrus too, I would totally be willing to snug up with you in hugs and that sort of thing. You probably make a very good plushie full of blubber. Anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Now let's go ahead and get back to Mumbo real quick. And change back to normal. Please do not belt me with snowballs. The thing about these snowballs, by the way, they don't just aim at you. They try to aim where you're trying to... They try to predict where you're going to be by the time the snowball reaches you. And they're pretty dang good at it. Which makes them super annoying. Alright, back to normal-ish. While I'm thinking about it, by the way, what's the back of your head look like? Yeah, sure enough, that is a mask. Just wanted to kind of make that observation. It will be important for later. Much, much later. Where's the entrance? There it is. I really wanted that feather. Okay, can I get across here without slipping into the water this time? What? Why are you not triggering? You should totally be triggering right now. Do I have to deliver the presents first? Is that it? Maybe I have to deliver the presents first. That would be a weird requirement. Admittedly, I normally do that anyway, so that's why I'm kind of surprised of my inability to race you again. Wow! Thank you, Brown Bear! Cool! Another present! We need just one more. Yippee! Now we've all got presents. Here's something for you. Aww. They paid for their own presents. That's so sad. But at least they're happy now. As long as we're all talking about rubber banding in the chat anyway, I really don't like Mario Kart 64. Rubber banding in that game is the worst. Okay, did you see that? His shadow was slanted. His shadow was totally crooked, not on the ground. And I still can't trigger him. How do I trigger you? Are you saying that I can't race you because I've got big head mode on? Because that would be totally stupid. Let me leave and come back. Oh. Maddie is saying that I perhaps need to collect the Jiggy on the podium. Well, I was kind of leaving it there on purpose so that I would have 2 Jiggies to collect at the same time. Would have also been interesting if they spawned on the same spot. That's actually a thing with Konga. 2 of his Jiggies will spawn on the exact same spot, and you can grab them both at the same time. But you're right, maybe I do actually have to grab the, my prize up here first. Of course, since I left my prize behind... Oh dear me. Don't tell me I have to do it again. Whatever, I'll take the damage. Oh, this means I have to try to get on top of that chimney again. That's lame. This is honestly never something I've actually done before, leaving that Jiggy on the podium. So, obviously I did not know... Oh, jerk. Obviously I did not know that this was a thing. Otherwise, I would not have left that Jiggy behind. Banjo and Kazooie's face on the health meter totally represents how I feel about this situation. Maddie Ratty says, Nintendo 64 programming. What a mess you were. Boy, I tell ya, sure was. I was watching a playthrough somebody did of Ocarina of Time. It was a blind playthrough, and they reached this one point inside the Shadow Temple, where there was a spiked wall closing in, but it was a wooden spiked wall, so the solution was to burn it. Apparently, though, fire arrows do not work. You actually need to... Oh, sure enough. You actually need to use a fire spell in order to burn the wall. If it were a modern game, you'd be able to use any sort of fire. But no, they only had one specific thing programmed into it. One solution. And it was the only solution that could work. I'm betting I wouldn't have had to redo this race if I didn't leave the level. That's probably what undid it. Otherwise, I could have just went back to the podium, grabbed my Jiggy, and we could already be moving on to the second race. Well, hey, back on the subject of Ocarina of Time, at least. Not Ocarina of Time, Mario Kart 64. Boy, the computer in that game cheats. Not just with the rubber banding, but certain animations when they're attacked don't play if they are a certain distance off screen. Like, if they are hit by a red shell off screen, they will not shoot up in the air and tumble. Instead, they'll just be stopped for a split second and then get moving again. It's actually possible to see it happen on camera if they are a certain distance in front of you. You'll see them get hit, and then they just stop for a moment before moving on. Back in the day, I loved Super Mario 64 to death, played it all the time. But now that there are better Mario Karts out there, it's hard to go back. Like, I actually prefer the SNES Mario Kart over Mario Kart 64 now. Sure, the computer opponents in Mario Kart SNES also cheat, but that's more a limitation of programming, and much more forgivable. Also nostalgia. Now, just to double check, I did get that Jiggy, right? Yes. So now we can finish this proper. You know, the downside to doing this level the first time as Wishy-Washy Banjo, those snowmen would have been gone by this point, because I killed them. But of course, they respawned, and are a nuisance. Jerk! What's wrong, Banjo? Is it tough? Let me know when you've had enough. This is not my episode. Well, the good news is, I got this properly set up. Hey buddy, fancy a race against Boggy? Press A to accept or B to chicken out. Okay buddy, here's the rules. Run through the red slalom gaze and try to beat me to the end. Let's do it. Yeah, I kind of already did this before. Don't know if you knew that. I was secretly the walrus. This is a lot harder. I'm gonna kind of try the same strategy that I tried before, since that seemed to be a good location to do that trick. So as soon as we get up here, I'll slow down a little, let him get a little ahead of me. And there he is. Faster, you're not trying back there. He knows. Huh. Here I was talking about how I don't know the best point to handle that trick, but I managed to figure it out perfectly. Oh, I've lost again. Take my other medal. I'm off to look for my kids' presents. Yeah, about that. And with that, this level is finally completed. Now let's say goodbye to this place and never come here again. Until I play this game again. Because of course I'm going to play this game again some point. Oh hey, there was some back here. I mean, said it before, I'm gonna say it again. This is my favorite game. It is an awesome game. Even with its quirks. I wish those kids would be quiet. Old Boggy needs some sleep. I'm surprised they haven't opened their presents yet. Maybe because their presents are alive? Maybe the kids are actually nice enough to not rip the skin off of these living beings. They're just happy to have colorful friends to hang out with them. Speaking of presents, I feel sorry for anybody who doesn't celebrate Christmas. Yeah, I get it. You might not be a Christian and celebrate the birth of Jesus and that sort of thing. But you don't necessarily have to celebrate it because of Jesus. You could celebrate it because of Santa Claus. Honestly, Christmas was more about Santa Claus before any religious attributes were given to the holiday. By the way, this is totally an advent calendar that I'm inside. This was kind of pointed out to me by Wario Land Gold Pyramid, and I never really noticed that. I mean, it's kind of obvious now. It makes sense that it's an advent calendar, the way it opens up. Boy, the timing on that is strict. But it's not terribly obvious that it's an advent calendar, because there's no numbers on it. It's not like an advent calendar in a way where you have dates on it, days of the week and that sort of thing. Like there's no Monday through Friday and that sort of thing. But yeah, I can definitely see it being advent calendar. And I have opened the prize at the top. In the previous stream, anyway. I could try to get rid of you, but there's honestly no point. So is that everything up here? That ugly bear, you feathered freak, is nothing but a stupid geek. Is Banjo a geek? I'm not sure that he actually is a geek. Gruntilda might just be making things up. Anyway, with Freezeezy Peak out of the way, that leaves one more thing to do before we end today's stream. And it's entire level. An entire level that I'm going to have to be doing here within a half-hour period. Otherwise, I'm going to have to extend the stream, because I'd rather not end the level before finishing it. Otherwise, I'll have to recollect all the notes. In any case, I'll be doing that after the break. Be right back.